Welcome back to Wave 3. Listen, springtime is a time for renewal, and Mike Pratt has been telling us his story. Maybe it's time for a new you. 25 again by Body Shapes Medical. Give them a call today. And a good reason to do that today. There should be some sense of urgency here because you have a deal.
Absolutely. We have gifts. We bring gifts half off your consultation fee. That does actually include 2 appointments. You're going to get a lab draw, and then a week later you're going to come back for a 1-hour analysis of your lab work, meaning you're going to sit down with a nurse practitioner or a physician and go over all those 3 pages of labs. Probably going to get a little bit more education than you even want in that hour, but we're going to make sure that you're comfortable with the situation. It's normally $150, but today it's just $75. Go to 25again.com/wave3. It does expire at midnight. Please be patient. The phones can get really, really busy. The girls will definitely give you a call back, and we will extend the offer.
Mike, I'm curious, with your return of your energy levels, are there things now that you're considering doing that maybe 3 or 4 years ago you would have said, you know, I'm not feeling like I want to do that, or maybe some things that you're going, you know what, I might take that trip here, or try this expedition, or something like that? Is it?
I think I had started to walk in the mornings with guys pretty consistently, and then I found it to be like, well, I don't think I really want to get up this morning, and maybe go stretch more, light lift. I'm not a lifter, but I want to try to stretch this body out as best I can. But yeah, the ability now to want to go get your walk in, want to get your workout in, that's where you can feel some energy, because it's easy, as we all know, to say, well, I don't think I need to do that today, because you don't feel like doing it. And I think in the mornings, I have a higher energy level for something like that. And then late in the afternoon, and I really like to go late in the afternoon, I don't have to get up early, but so I want to go out and walk at 5 o'clock, 5:30, and it's nice, particularly in the spring. I've got the energy to do that, and it was kind of a, you know, it was kind of a battle, John. At least it was kind of a battle to do it. It's easy to say, well, I'm going to watch the news, right?
Sure. Have your peers noticed a difference in you, Mike? Maybe some folks around you, maybe people you work with, co-workers, say, you know, Mike, you seem to have a renewed energy. Maybe they've noticed you've lost a little weight.
I think somebody did, a couple of people did say, hey, it looks like you lost a few pounds. And I can't see that I did, but of course, I'm like everybody else. I don't want to really understand how heavy I might have been at the time. Right? So I'm glad somebody else noticed it, you know? Yeah.
Well, you know, you've always had a positive energy about you, but there's nothing wrong with, you know, you project this positive, but there's nothing bad about feeling as good as you actually project. So
absolutely. To project it, you have to feel it.
That's right.
And we project when we don't feel well, right?
Absolutely.
That's exactly right. Yes, that's positive energy. When Lisa comes in here with her members, it's like, okay, I get it. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about your pharmacy, because that was important to you. You wanted high-grade pharmaceuticals, whether it be hormones, DHEA, vitamin D. You wanted to make sure they were consistent.
Absolutely. Right? Well, there's a difference between bioidentical hormones and synthetic hormones, and I like to talk about that difference, because people say, well, my doctor put me on something, but then he or she took me off of it in a year or two. When you're on synthetic hormones, they know for sure that some of those things long-term can cause some really bad ailments, such as cancer, some other things. So we like to stay away from that. We only do bioidentical hormone. And what does that mean? That means we match molecule for molecule for what your body makes before we give it back to you, so that it's safe long term. You can do this, you know, start whatever you start until whenever you end, let's say. So we want to make sure that the consistency of what we make, because every pharmacy, when it's bioidentical, is going to be just a little bit different. When it's manufactured like synthetic, everything's exactly the same. So when we know what our pharmacy is making and how strong that cream is, or that injection or whatever, we can monitor our patients much better. So our members, excuse me. So we try to make sure that everyone goes with the pharmacy, and we make it really, really easy. If you come in, I think before 3 o'clock, you will have your meds delivered to your door the next day. If you come in after 3 o'clock, it might be 2 days. Mike mentioned that he is able to use our pharmacy as well, and he's had really good luck with it. So it is important with our pharmacy to be able to, again, get those medications, get them right, and change them when we need to. Because if somebody else is making that medication, then the change might be a little bit different. We know exactly how much to increase or decrease or whatever if the levels just aren't perfect.
And another important piece of the puzzle, Lisa, we talk about this a lot, and I think a lot of doctors don't take a close look at it, or actually know exactly what they're looking at if they do, and that's thyroid disorders. Tell
Thyroid,
me a little bit
yes.
about that,
I
Lisa.
love to talk about thyroid, and especially like to bring this book because we didn't write this book. We're not the only ones out there that are saying, hey, you need to take a look at your thyroid and you need to make sure that you're doing the thyroid and you're doing it correctly. So most physicians will look at something called TSH and T4. Those are inactive forms of thyroid. So people will come in and they're banging their head against the wall saying, I have all these symptoms of low thyroid, dry skin, my nails are brittle, my hair's falling out, my metabolism just isn't where it used to be, but my doctor says that my thyroid's normal. Or they come in and say, well, my doctor said that my thyroid was a little off and they gave me something, but it's not really doing too much. They're not looking at T3. That's the only active form of thyroid that you have. That's what your body needs. That's what your body needs to make so that you get rid of all those symptoms. And I'm telling you, 9 times out of 10, when people come in, not always, but 9 times out of 10, people come in and they say, oh, I don't have a thyroid problem. My doctor said I'm fine. We look at them and say, well, you actually do because your T3 is lower than it should be, and we're going to correct that. And it's amazing the benefits that people are seeing from that.
Mike, I'm curious, when you get with your teammates, and you're signing autographs and wearing your blue jackets and looking pretty smooth, do you tell them about 25 again?
Well, people have asked me about 25 again, and I've discussed it with people. And sometimes those conversations among former teammates or friends get around to, boy, I'm really tired all the time. I need some energy. And at that point in time, you can bring up what you tried and how it's affected you, which is pretty much how I got back to 25 again through Picaro and through Diener, because I listened to what they said and I thought, you know what, that might fit me. So I would ask them, and that's kind of how it happens, isn't it? I mean,
Yes.
someone
Sure.
listens, hears, a friend tells a story, and boom, you say, I'm going to investigate that. And when you do, then you have to make a decision. And I will say that it's pretty interesting when you sit down with, I sat down with Dr. Bates, and they go through all these tests after they take your blood and they analyze what's going on, and they go through everything, you know, A to Z, and give you the copy of the test. And this is this, that's that, you know, we can do this, we can improve here. Then you come back and retest, right?
Right.
And they show you the results. And so you can see, and then they can make adjustments. And I think that's, you know, that's analytical, but that's what you want to see.
Sure.
I don't want someone just to blow me off
Right.
without saying, this is why I'm going to blow you off.
I got you. That makes perfect sense. All right, again, if we have your attention now, and I think we probably do, 25 again has a special, again, the deal of the day, if you would, Lisa. Let's get folks at springtime, time for a new you, right?
Absolutely. I'd like to mention we also have military discounts, first responder discounts, veterans discount, and spouse discounts. But the deal of the day is half off your consultation fee. It's normally $150. Today it's $75. 2 appointments, that's a lab draw and a 1-hour analysis of your lab work. Go to 25again.com/wave3. It does expire at midnight, but if the phones are busy, 425-0500, and you have questions, please be patient. The girls will call you back and they will extend that offer so that you can get in and be the best version of yourself, especially right here before Derby time.
There you go. Are you going to be attending Derby?
I usually do, yes.
There we go.
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it as well. All right, hopefully you're looking forward to it right here on Wave 3. We'll be right back on Wave 3 Listens Live. Once again, 25 again. I want to thank Mike Pratt, Lisa Innenbach. Convenience is everything. Lisa, there's probably a location near you, right?
Absolutely. We have plans to open more because after we have so many members, we will open a new one so that we can take really good care of our members. But we do have 7 total, 4 in Louisville, 1 in Indiana, Lexington, 1 in Cincinnati, and 1 in Crestview Hills, which is northern Kentucky. So I promise you, come in. You will not regret it. You'll be the best version of yourself.
All right, Mike Pratt, again, I want to thank you for your time. I know people tugging on you. Glad to hear your energy is back, my man.
Thank you, John, and I'm going to keep it back, right, Lisa?
Yes, absolutely.
Keep it
Yes,
back.
we're going to take good care of
We're
you.
not going to throw it away.
No, no, we're not giving it away.
We're going to go back out in the weather garden. We're going to do a full court game of basketball. Put your money on this guy. All right, hopefully you have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow right here on Wave 3 Listens Live.